Hello! What's up, everybody? I think I have to sneeze, so hold on. Started as soon as the music ended. I think I'm good. $10, Shazar Macaron, Blue, Steven, Zia, Isog, X, Finish Link, Chipmunk, Samalot, Warren, Dwarf, Top, Colette, Whimsical, Nibiru, Bullvine, Side, Make It Please, Saladino, Heroes, and Diamonds. Hope everybody's doing good today. It is Monday, March 23rd. We're officially in the spring. I don't know when the fucking things start. Wow, I almost I went on my Steam, like you click on the Steam thing and then you have your games that you can from the taskbar. you can see the I almost click on marathon by automatically reflex type thing. Not the game we're starting right now. Now's the time for Silksong. Later is the time for marathon. Yeah, how's everybody been doing? It's Monday for most of you. I'm not frozen, I don't know what to say about it. Monday. What's up, Torny? How am I feeling? I don't know. I slept a little more. I was very tired at the end of the day yesterday, so hold on. I'm being rudely interrupted. Warren, thank you for the tier 3 44 months. Geez, getting close to 4 years? How is that even possible? Did you join during Outer Wilds? Is that what happened? Or was it still even Dark Souls? You did. A lot of long-term relationships were built during that Outer Wilds playthrough. It feels like. What's up, Sharon? How are you doing? How are you doing today? Yeah, you guys joined about around the same time. Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's just time flies. Man. 2026. I still remember what it feels like to be a kid and thinking, man, I wonder what the year 2000 will be like. Is it gonna be like that Blade Runner movie? I was a big fan of Blade Runner when I was younger. I mean, I still like. I don't think it's a funny thing because I remember watching the movie when I was young, and I don't think I quite got what the movie was about. I didn't really understand it, but I thought the visuals were amazing. But anyway, thank you, Warren, for the tier 3 44 months. I appreciate that. Warren, you will be remembered. Thank you for everything you do. I appreciate that. I forgot we had made we just had made an arrangement about the stream titles, and I immediately forgot to do it when I came back yesterday. It only occurred to me right now that I was to drop title suggestions. I'm gonna make sure to do that tonight. But yeah, so I was saying I had a little bit more sleep. Very tired yesterday, so I went to bed with the intention of watching a couple of marathon videos before sleeping, and I fell asleep during the first one. Not even 5 minutes in. So. You prefer the book ending or the movie ending? don't know. I think that listen. It's one of those things where I look at them as two different stories on the same concept. So I don't know. I don't think either would fit on the other thing, right? The book story wouldn't fit on the movie ending would fit on the book. So I don't know. That to me, it's one of those things. I've talked about that before, but adaptations are adaptations. They're not, you're not just putting the same thing on a different media. You're adapting the concept, the story, the core of the story is being adapted to something else. But that means a lot of the smaller sort of smaller elements are changed. Like the characters can be different, the plot can be different, the setting can be different. The core of the story that remains. So yeah, in this case, I just think they're not interchangeable. Same as, I don't know, The Shining or the. It feels from like, I don't know, maybe I'm just talking nonsense. I haven't really thought about that, but it feels like those are adaptations from a time where things were different. Fandoms were not as rabid or organized or all those things, right? People were like, filmmakers were allowed to be a little more loose with their adaptations. That's just, in my opinion, the right way to do it. You take a story and you adapt it to a different medium. You have to make changes. You have to, make sure it fits the new format you're working with. These days, you can't get away with that anymore. Because literally people will jump on your fucking ass online because you haven't casted a character that looks exactly like what they imagine in their brain, Or, I don't know. It's... You see those anime, like, live-action adaptations, for instance. And, like, some of them... I feel like the One Piece one, for instance, pleases the fans pretty well. But, like, sometimes they're like, oh, man, they've casted that thing, that person, and they don't look like the anime character. And I'm like, it's an anime character. Of course they don't look like... Nobody looks like anime characters. What do you mean? I understand what they mean, right? Like, there's certain characteristics you can find in real people as well, but, like, it's a fucking anime character. Yeah, the actor is not gonna look like that. Does it matter? No. I mean, is that the specific appearance of the character important to that character? Probably not in most cases. Or the same themes can be delivered with different traits. It's fine. So that's the current adaptations. I feel like fans get way too bothered by, oh, it's not exactly like the source material. Well, yeah, no shit, it's not the source material. It's a different format altogether. Things that work in a book do not work in a movie, and vice versa. I don't know. But some people, I don't think, understand that. Oh well. What's up, Brightboot? Thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate it. 32 months. Good to see you. Less money for Jeff, more money for me. Have I ever played the Stalker games? Yeah, I played a little bit of Call of Pripyat back in the days when it came out. That's about it. I've played a little bit of Stalker 2 when it came out, but for some reason I got it on Game Pass, and so I played it for like a couple days, and then I was like, maybe it's still a little bit undercooked with like some of the AI stuff they promised. With like the dynamic sort of behaviors and all that weren't really working the way apparently it was supposed to. Which some people speculated might have been they didn't have time to implement it properly, or it was bugged or whatever. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna let that one cook a little bit. I'm gonna get into it in a few years. I still haven't gotten to it, but yeah, I do like Stalker. Definitely something that I plan on putting more time in eventually. The Mopo, Glegger. Excited about the eventual Sanderson adaptations. Yeah, I mean, great deal for him, that's for sure. Gets to remain in control of his thing because they want him on board with it. And probably a very lucrative deal, so good for the guy. Yeah, Chipmunk, and even then, even if it's that's the thing, and I'm you know, I mean that very strongly. Even if it's a character with a different skin color, and they choose to cast an actor that has a different skin color, as long as that part of the character is not instrumental to the story, right? It does not matter. It literally does not matter. The character can be any race, even gender sometimes. It's fine. As long as that character's story, the themes, and what you know, what's essential to that character is not related to that. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is, yes. I mean, obviously, if it's a story of a young single mother that's struggling to make ends meet, it's a very different story if you cast that character as a man. If it's the story of, I don't know, a young white dude that moves to a predominantly black neighborhood and has to fit in that sort of environment, and you cast that person as a black kid, the story doesn't work anymore. To take like a reverse example of the usual situation, right, which would be whitewashing of black stories. But it's most of the time it does not matter. They're just characters. I think the Little Mermaid is a great example. As long as she's a woman, I don't think her race matters to the story at all. She's a fucking mermaid. That's her characteristic trait, which obviously is an analogy, like it's a metaphor, it's a symbol. But as long as she's a woman, it's fine. It's about, the sense of self, the appearance thing, What's up, Cyrus? What's up, Puka Bear? Yeah, exactly, Nibiru. Exactly. Asterisk, good to see you. But yeah, I remember there was conversations about actually, yeah, DJ, but I think that would be a slightly different story, but I think it could be pretty close to the original themes, right? Like not being in the body you wish you were, right? I think that would be an interesting modern take on the Little Mermaid sort of theme. But it's still a different story. I think there's specifics there that would need to be addressed in a better way than it is in the original tale, I guess. It's a different struggle. What's up, Ankthar? But it could be a very interesting modern take on the whole thing. I'm pretty sure. Okay, I'm willing to go out on a limb and say someone probably wrote that, like a modern retelling of the Little Mermaid. With a trans Ariel-like character. It has to have happened. I don't know. It seems like a very, obvious sort of adaptation of the themes. Brainy, tier 3, thank you for its 46 months. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Mermen lives matters. Appreciate you, Brainy. You will be remembered. Yeah, Brightwood. I mean, yeah, in the case of Snow White, I guess her name comes from the her like literal physical characteristic. But does it really matter for the outside of the name? Does it matter for the or in-depth themes of the movie? I don't think so. I think the movie was bad, but it had nothing to do with that. I think it could have been bad despite the casting. It could have been good even with the current actors. Well, Yeah, Nibiru, I was just about to mention that actually. I think isn't like the MTG Aragorn, because I'm pretty sure it's drawn by Magali Villeneuve, which is one of my acquaintances from the writing world. And I always thought it was kind of weird because like, it literally does not matter to the character, and there's actual like text arguments that he probably was a little darker skinned. Oh well. But yeah, at the end of the day, you know, it's the outrage for no reason because people have a certain, they've seen the movies or whatever, and they're like, yeah, this is the only way the character should look, or the old illustrations. Oh well. What's up, Mystic Flame? Yeah, but I don't know, DJ. The problem is sometimes that's not what it is. Sometimes it's just that was the best actor for the job. Just happens to be a different, you know, skin color or whatever. And then people look at that and are like, oh, it's tokenization. No, sometimes it's just that was the best actor for the job. That's it. What's up, Kuma? How are you doing today? Almost fell to the ground. Yes, sit there. Actually, you know what? I want to hear a little bit of Bone Bottoms. Oh, Lucille. Legends, good to see you. Enjoy work as much as you can. Yeah, anyway, to go back to the original point of the conversation, is that adaptations are adaptations for a reason. Things are going to be different, and that's okay. And that's something that was commonly accepted and understood, as demonstrated by the movies we talked about at the origin of that conversation, right? Blade Runner, The Shining. And I think fandoms should quiet down a little bit when people are trying to adapt the work they love so much, and understand that a different medium requires a different approach to the story. It can be exactly the same. You can always reread your favorite manga. It's fine. It's still there. But yeah, obviously, Macron, I mean, it's a complex conversation. There's more to it than just, the surface that we can scratch as a Twitch chat on the internet. It's not always as simple as it's not always just as simple as it seems. Creating opportunities for people that usually are given less opportunities is important. It matters. It's something that needs to be taken into account. But then it always becomes a little complicated because people will with bad intentions are going to use that. But yeah, I haven't seen any of the Lord of the Rings. I've only seen the movies, the original movies, those or whatever. So I an opinion. I haven't seen I've seen one episode of The Witcher. Thought it was bad. Stopped watching. So yeah, I really don't have an opinion. Specific. Oh yeah, I mean absolutely brainy, but yeah. That's why I always say the same thing. Everything is political, whether you want it or not. It's just that some things are easier to pretend they're not. Everything is political. Everything. It's part of it. It involves humans. As soon as it involves human society, it is political, in any way, shape, or form. Always. Not always to the same degree, of course, but it's easy to pretend that Silksong's not a political game. We can just ignore all those aspects while we play it and just enjoy the story. But yeah, just ignore all the themes in the game. No, but just even that, even without going into the themes of the game itself. Streaming on Twitch has political implications, no matter what you're doing. Very often not big ones, but it does, And the most easy, simple way of illustrating why is I am literally filling the pockets of a mega corporation that is most likely exploiting a lot of people around the world. It's, we'd like to forget about that and not talk about it. We'd like to ignore it, but it's still a thing. It is a statement whether I want it or not. I wish it wasn't. And I will go as far as to say that, when you have something like no politics in your channel rules, it is a political statement. And I'm not criticizing the rule in itself. It's a totally fine rule. It's very nice to have places where you can, not think about all that stuff, because that fucking shit sucks. And it's fucking annoying to always, think about it and, But it is, in itself, it is a stance. What's up, Stella? I mean, that doesn't change. That's a different conversation altogether, Mystic Flame. I don't, you know, it has nothing to do with the profitable aspect of it. It would be even more costly if people weren't making money on it, right? It does not matter. It's not the point, I guess. I think Amazon is fine with Twitch being a loss leader. Yes, I don't know if the expression fits exactly what Twitch is, but it's sort of a display of their services and technology, right? Brings also positive PR for the company and all that. Dodged an ECT therapy bullet today. That's about it. Well, glad you dodged the bullet then. I don't think that's my point though, Brightboot. I think it goes deeper than that. In the sense that it's not about making something political or taking a stance all the time, or, you know, it's about the fact that as long as humans are involved, everything is off the political, if that makes sense. Again, to immensely varying degrees. But I think that's inherent to human nature. Or rather, not nature, but human society. Now, is it helpful? I don't know. That's not my point. My point is not to make a helpful definition. It's just to, you know... Everything is political, which means nothing is? But that, I think that's a little... Again, the varying degrees aspect is sort of, at least from the way I'm looking at it, and maybe I'm poorly expressing what I think is, you know, language and all that, but to me the varying degrees covers that idea, right? There's some stuff that is pretty much meaningless. I guess what bothers me in the sense, Brightboot, is I like to remind myself that being able to ignore politics for a while, which is something I do sometimes. I just don't want to think about it or look at it or talk about it or think about the implications of what I'm doing. I think that's a privilege, and I like to remind myself of that sometimes. A lot of people cannot have that luxury. And that's what I mean when I say, you know, some things are easier to pretend they're not. Right? It's easy for me to pretend that me streaming on Twitch has no impact whatsoever in terms of, you know, the company that I'm helping and the money that I'm that I'm generating. And that stuff, right? It's easier for me to ignore that. But that's, you know. Maybe I would feel differently if some people of my family or even myself at some point were working in one of their warehouses for less than minimum wage. I don't know. That's a Mercer. It's a bed. There needs to be an active independent rhetoric. I'm a little worried about that definition, I think. I think it leaves room for some amount of nonsense. I don't know. I think maybe Braibut, the way we look at it is slightly different in the sense that I'm not looking at something as a political action, right? Me streaming on Twitch is not a statement. It's not a political act, right? I'm not expressing a take or a desire or trying to enact any change by doing that specific. It's not a political act, but it is, however, something that I do for personal reasons that has political implications, whether I want it or not. Extremely minimal, right? By the money I'm generating, by the sort of fact that I'm probably providing, information, data, whatever, and you guys' presence here and all that, all those things that happen. Again, I'm a tiny speck of dust in that world, so it's extremely minimal. But I think, and I fundamentally believe that it's a privilege to be able to ignore that fact and be like, yeah, it doesn't matter. I am not contributing to, the giant corporate bulldozer that is ruining the world. So I guess I'm looking at the broader, maybe, definition. You're looking more at the active part of it, like, is this an act? Or is it not? And I'm more looking at it's part of the general, human society kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, different semantics. I think at this point, Braibut, I understand where you're coming from. I understand your perspective. I think it's purely semantics. I think we're talking about the same things, but we're putting different words on them. Yeah, for me, it's not about stances. I agree with Chipmunk there. It has nothing to do with stances. It's about consequences. You can be, in my opinion, you can be very strongly unintentionally political. No, I mean, I think that's a little bit beside the point, right? Superficial. I don't think that's the point. I think to me it's about responsibility, right? Understanding one's place in the world. And again, varying degrees, right? But But, you know, at the end of the day, as far as this channel is concerned, even though I enjoy talking about those things, I just want to have fun enjoying video games and having interesting conversation one is a part of, but it's easier for us to ignore. This is one of the easy to ignore things. Right? We're playing Silksong. We're not engaging in international politics or anything. There's other channels for that. That are probably live right now. So it's easier for us to ignore. We can put our little blinders on and just pretend we're playing video games for fun, right? Without any consequences whatsoever. Jumped out of the bench. I didn't want to. Oh, well, I'm back on it now. Okay, let's see. What was I thinking of doing last time? Yesterday. Oh, yeah, a bunch of stuff over here, huh? I need to update the map. My map is very, very much not updated. Exactly, Brightwood. Anything intended to be escapist can inherently some level of politics. Politics of Mario Bros is a bit a reach. I don't know if I agree with that. Again, not in the like direct intent and themes of the game, but in the impact that this game had on the entire fucking world. I don't know, man. I don't know. it's not always, again, it's not always about the intent of the story itself. Sometimes it's about the, the piece as it in itself. And isn't escapism like literally just, you know, kind of, what are you escaping? Eyelid was twitching. Man, how do I update this in a way that makes sense? Are we going back to the far field? Okay, that what? I guess so. Oh yeah, we need to find a way to update this. How does this compare to the original Whole Night? I mean, for me, it's pretty in line with it. I don't know. It's a little more the gameplay is a little faster. It's, or, you know, ever so slightly more difficult. Not finding it particular, but it's a little more difficult. I think I can... Down the notes. Are those two different things? Okay. Ooh. Yeah, okay. What I can do is... I'll take that. I'm gonna do this. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna remove this one. Uh-oh. Ah, I see what happened. A little too big, I think, maybe. Very slightly big. Fine. Slightly still. A little bit. Still ever so slightly. Be okay-ish. Now, if I send this one back and send this one to the back, bam! Hell yeah! What's up, Seraphim? It's a little, you know, a little off, and generally the things are in the right place. Oh shit, the markers. That's... I should have... Fuck. I mean, we'll replace it eventually, but... Wait. Under the Forged Daughter. Haven't we been able to do that jump? Have we done that jump? Was that the one that I wanted to do yesterday and it only led to like a short little impasse with a person? Did I not take it? Is that where the other keyhole was? I've been really bad at taking notes so far. Get better at that. This we've connected. Yeah. The whole side of I'm looking at this. This whole side is also... This has been open. This has been opened. Actually, I'm gonna rewrite map to... I think about... Yeah, I'm pretty sure this... I'm gonna have to go verify that, but... Seems... The mic seems to be cutting out a lot. Uh-oh. Is it? That wouldn't be ideal. Cutting the quieter... Oh, wow, the volume's... Alright, that's the volume it should be at. Why was it lower? How is Windows lowering my volume to a random number? Yeah, my volume's normally at 70 and it was at 57 for some reason. 57? It was low during yesterday's stream too? Nobody said anything, not a word. Okay. Well, I don't know what causes that. Or what caused it. I wonder if it's... I'm using VoIP, or like I'm using like voice chat in some of the games that I'm playing. I don't know if that affects it. I'm gonna have to make sure I check at the start of every stream. What a random ass number. I'm trying to think what could have changed it. I don't know. Well, that sucks. I'm sorry for yesterday then. Oh well. Hopefully it's gonna be good for today. Is there an audio managing software on your PC? Well, I mean, not in the strictest sense. There's games and all that do manage your audio, but I don't have like a, yeah. No, it's just Windows. And for literally like a year and a half, that number never changed. So weird that suddenly it does it. I'm trying to understand like what did I use my mic for that could have affected those numbers? Because sometimes it's a shitty thing, like you change the value of your volume like in the game or something, and it affects the actual Windows setting. I don't know. I don't know why, but it does. I'm thinking it's either Marathon or Arc Raiders. It probably messed with my setting for some reason. I'm gonna have to try tonight. I'm gonna launch each game separately and see if either of them change anything. Because those are the only other softwares that I'm using that actually, like, you know, take control of my mic. So. Okay. Let's go on a little trek to Deep Ducks just to confirm that this is not something I need to keep exploring. I need to be better at taking notes. I think yesterday it's always like towards the end of the stream, I sort of like find new things and I'm just exploring around and I'm not really thinking about taking the notes, which I need to be really better at. I use event ghost to hold volumes the same so nothing can change them. Maybe I need to look into that, JR. Event ghost? Is it gonna allow me like to make sure my mic volume never ever changes no matter what? Oh my god, I love the little, I didn't notice the little my little icon on the map bounces when I'm walking. That's so cute. Boink boink. What's up, Shepherd? Okay, I think this is gonna be... Yeah, that's the fucking locked door. And I didn't take a note! What is wrong with me? How did I not take a note of that? Locked door, normal key. Yeah, I'm a fucking slacker. I'm legit mad at myself. But yeah, at least now I've updated the map. Something I need to make sure is... I think I need to update the map. I need to update the map when we don't have the markers on it, because the markers are a little annoying on the map then. But it's okay, it's not a big deal. I can just ignore them, right? But, oh yeah, the Lost Fleas. I still need to find one more, which is weird that I haven't found it yet. I wonder... Yeah, we'll have to see. Can I just walk there, or should I... Yeah, because I'm gonna walk because we need to check this. And I need to go check this from up here, I think. I think this is a locked portal. Obviously, I don't have a note, do I? No, yes, I do. Bench, closed gate, shortcut. Okay. So this is something I'm pretty sure requires a higher jump, but I don't have a note, so I'm gonna make sure. I can zoom. So good. Oh, I'm just gonna sit. Just in case. Whoa. Felt like I was... Could have been punished there. Yeah, those fast attacks are so good. It's gonna be hard for me to not use them. Attack speeds always busted, no matter the game. Yeah. Okay, so it's a shaft. Vertical shaft, double jump question mark, or wall jump. Maybe it's gonna be like a wall grip or something. Either or. All right. Feels like the beginning of every stream is always just cleaning up the notes and doing all the work that I should have been doing in the previous stream. Oh! How did I not get hit? Yeah, the attack speed is so good. I would have gotten hit there, but it wasn't that fast. Pretty sure. Yeah, those are... Oh, come on. Come on. Just trying to... Just walking through here. God damn it. Actually, that's friend, and then... I'm starting to notice the cost of the shards getting higher. That second ability costs a lot more than the first. That's a really interesting thing you have to do there. You can't... I don't think you can cold start that run jump. You have to like fall from the higher ground and then jump immediately. Yeah, so here, clearly no way up. Let's see. What did I roll? Is it a gust of wind situation? No, not really, huh? Gust of wind's on that side, but nothing here. Long way up. Unsure. Yeah, long way up. I'm just gonna write long way up. I don't have another way of describing this. So we only have one way to go, which is down, I guess. Also, what the fuck is this? Oh my god, I haven't... Oh yeah, I've been there. I was not trying to... Oh yeah, I remember that. My memory is so bad that I need to use like the first 5 minutes of the stream to remind myself of the previous stream. That's the lack of sleep for you right there. Today should be better. I slept way more, so I should... Anything I do today I should remember. Okay, giant sort of locked gate of some kind? Yeah. Very large gate slash pillar. I don't know, it looks kind of like a pillar, but it's also a gate. I think... Okay. Oh my god, dude! I'm gonna call these guys the Noita guys. Those are Noita enemies. Did you see that? He hides. He cowers in fear when you hit him. I was on 1 HP. Oh my god, I almost died to the post-kill explosion. I was on 1 HP. I really had to play that tight. Oh my god, there's more! Wait, do I have anything up here before I go there? I hate those fucking assholes too. They might be even worse actually. Those slimes. I feel like there's less counterplay. Okay, so there's a shortcut thing up here. Okay, so... Yeah, no, there's... I need to... That's gonna be a way back from the lock key thing. What? Bullshit! What? What is happening? Please! Leave me alone! Never mind, those are worse. So I think this leads, like it's a return from the locked door kind of thing. This is like a closed gate shortcut, yeah. Control Z. Let's see. Closed gate shortcut. Moving things in the notes. Oh, you don't see. Hold on. Oop. There you go. Prob way back from left. That's probably the way back from here. Like, you know, you go from there and that's gonna connect. Okay, well, that doesn't leave a lot of places to go, actually. This is the only way. I'm hoping this little indication thing here will be, this like marker here will be a point of interest, landmark, whatever you want to call it. I'm hoping this will be what gives me the power to go through some of these new, like, higher jumps and all that. I don't know. I feel, I don't know if it's, I don't know if it's me misremembering or if it's just a different sort of, I don't know if I'm correct in thinking that. But it does feel like the game is a little more... Whoa, that went far. That went far, what the fuck? The game's a little more, locked than Hollow Knight was. It felt like in Hollow Knight, you could explore quite a bit in different directions. That didn't necessarily... You know, there weren't as many sort of hurdles early on. You could explore more areas and a little bit more freely, and then you would find the things that, you know, Feels like this one's a bit more... It's not linear. I think the word I'm looking for is directed, maybe? Like, it's very, very obvious very quickly. Like, okay, you can't go all these places. You have to go there, and then there, and then there, and then you get the power, and then you go here, you get the power. I don't know. Very early impression, of course, but it feels a little bit more like that. Like, just on a very, very first impression, it's kind of how it feels. I don't know. The environments maybe feel a bit smaller too in that sense. I don't know. Or it makes it feel smaller. God damn it. I hate those things. Oh, come on. Yeah, I need to use my spear more. The problem with the spear is that it costs silk, but it's very strong. And sometimes killing an enemy faster is saving HP, you know, overall. What do you do? Oh yeah, you're the little Beyblade. I am not happy with myself right now. Whoa. Weird. Still twitching. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Oh, you're dead. Alright. I am where I need to be. Pretty sure. Yeah, see, now I get the feeling maybe I'll get... this is the place where I'm gonna get whatever I need to jump on those gusts of winds. Which again, it feels like, oh, maybe a boss first? Oh yeah, that's... might be a boss first. Or an NPC, I don't know. It feels like again, like, it might be me misremembering, or I don't know. It feels like the first game, you wouldn't get new tools that often. It was like it was more spread out, you had more to explore and location. I feel like this one's very much like you go here, you get that, you go here, you get that, you go here, you get that. I don't know. We'll see, we'll see. There's more tools, there's more, you know, little things to lock you out of progression. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, I'm just noticing maybe a difference there. Yeah, that's totally a boss, isn't it? Maybe not? What the hell? Oh boy. Is that thing gonna come out of the wall and start chasing me as soon as I go further? Hmm. Yeah. Nope, never mind. This is not Aladdin. I was really I was fully expecting that thing to come out of the wall and chase me. Then my second guess is that I'm gonna come back through here when I get the power to jump the gust of winds, and it's gonna attack me then. Oh boy, okay, hold on. I need to actually... I want to look at that thing again. That little hook there feels like I've seen it before. that a crown? Like... Hmm. Yeah, all those things are like unique little bounce. Like they all move separately, which means there's a chance they could break separately, which again could be a mechanic for a boss fight. I don't know. I don't know. I have a bad feeling about this place. We'll see. Oh, I don't have a map right now. Oh boy. What are we doing? Oh, one of the Beyblades again. At least they're not very tanky. They look tankier than they are. What is happening up here? Whew. Can I bounce on this? Let's see. Nope. Ah, fuck! Oh, I was right on top. I overcorrected. I thought I was in the lava, but I was actually already on top of a platform. I wonder what happens down here. Whoa, is that a... Oh! Dude, that room's... That location's amazing. I love it. It's like a flying thing. Looks so cool. Before we get in there, though. Peeking. Yeah. Or greenery. I really wanna... I wonder what happens if I jump down there. Let's see. Oh, it's a bench. Who are you? Memito. The seamstress. Well, aren't you a sight? No, don't tell me. You're as odd as they come. What's up, Miss Pookums? How are you doing today? Good to see you. Your poise, your form. Are you hunted? Pursued? The Citadel would see a fine prize in you.
Nesvir?
It is as you say, madam. Veiled bugs brought me to your land. I seek them now for answers.
Madon?
Ah, fears too. These are bleak times, but a powerful stray like you could certainly cause some change. Well then, I have no love for that holy caste. Caste? So I do worry for this kingdom, and I do worry for this kingdom's ailing state. You're seeking to settle a score. Perhaps I can lend some aid. Working a bit. Nice, nice. Enjoy work. How's the game going? It's great. I mean, it's a beautiful video game. It's testing my memory every day because there's so much to keep track of. Thankfully, my notes are getting there, getting better at it. I feel like we're slowly building that map and, you know, putting notes everywhere and a bit of work, but we're you know. My memory is not the best. Yeah, for me it's the lack of sleep. Lack of sleep. Every time I don't have enough sleep, my memory just goes down the drain. Oh well. What software do I use for notes? Scapple. Which, again, I don't know if I would recommend Scapple. It's a bit of an older software. There's probably better at this point. But it works for me. I'm used to it. And the way it's integrated in the stream, that's some OBS shenanigans, OBS overlay. It's just a mind mapping software. It's very simple.
Hello, babe.
If you're planning to ascend from these low fields, you'll be needing some lift, and I'm just the bug to help. Oh, it's gonna give me like a balloon or something? That's funny. I have a niece and a nephew staying, made for some early mornings. Yeah, I mean, sure, again, I don't know if I would recommend Scalpel. Not only is it not free, you have to pay like 15 bucks or something. It's really an older software. I've been using it for a long time, so that's why I'm like using it. But I'm sure like people have mentioned Obsidian is really cool, and it's free. So yeah, there's probably better choices at this point. So the heads up. Head for the caves beyond my home. The bugs within produce a spine with a marvelous core, flexible yet strong. Cut their spines and collect the cores. That sounds brutal. Yeah, just Mortal Kombat their spines out of their bodies, you know. Return to me and I'll soon have your old cloak transformed into something far more... I don't know how to pronounce that word. Buoyant? Buoyant? Yeah. Obsidian used a lot more memories, yeah. Buoyant, yeah. Such a weird word. Every time I see it, I'm like... I know what it means, but I'm just... Every time I'm stopped with the pronunciation. What's up, Costa? Anyway, I'm guessing we're gonna build like a small balloon to like lift me up on those things. But again, that goes back to what I said. You know, it felt a little predictable there. It felt like, okay, these things are stopping me, and now I go there and I know I'm gonna find this thing, and maybe again, maybe it's just me misremembering, or maybe it's because I've played Hollow Knight, so I'm expecting things more. But it feels like in Hollow Knight it was a little more unexpectable. Unexpectable? I don't know. Unpredictable. You would see a lot of hurdles. You never really knew when you were gonna find which one. And suddenly you were exploring a lot, and then, oh, I finally find this tool so I can go back all the way, you know. This one feels a little more, it feels like the structure's a little tighter in that sense. Like there's an order of things that's a bit more, determined, I guess. In a way that, I don't know. Flexile spines. Promise wish? Yes. Wish promised. Yeah, there are some ants. Yeah, yeah.
Hello, babe.
Hello, babe. Smart choice. Get out here and gather those spine cores, and best you be quick about it. As nice as it is to have the company, if you hang around too long, those Citadel bugs will turn their gaze on me as well. Okay, so this has the little hook that I was talking about. Where have I seen that before? I feel like I've seen it before in the game. Oh, it's in there. In the tool pouch. Maybe that's it? I don't know. Actually, has French origin. Yeah, I mean it's in French. The bouée, like, is the water floating device, a bouée, which I know you guys have that B-U-O-Y word that you say buoy, which is, again comes from the French most likely. But yeah.
Buenera.
I'll have the spine cores for you shortly, madam.
Parida, Sia.
Good, good. The caves just beyond here are full of the creatures, floating carelessly in the warm air. I'm sure your big needle there can coax them into sharing their spines. And it's only a quick matter of cutting them open and grabbing the cores. This is... I love how violent this sounds.
Harida, see ya.
This sounds so brutal. Yeah, just kill them and just fucking like remove their spines and man, like the first image that comes to mind is Mortal Kombat. Just pulling the spine out of their bodies. I have to know what's down there. I don't know what I expected. Now I know. Yeah, knowledge is important. Are those things that I need to kill? Oh, fuck off. Oh. Spine core. What do I need exactly? Numbers wise? 25? Okay. Hunt hawkers in the far fields and collect spine cores. Flexible fiber within a hawker's spine can be woven into garments and accessories by a skilled seamstress. I wonder when we'll get a journal. I would love a hunter's journal to see all the names of the creatures, like in the first game. I'm pretty sure it's in there. I have a, you know, I would be surprised if there wasn't a hunter's journal in this one as well. Can I actually? I can stay under it. No, I can't. Oh, it changes its patterns. Interesting. Oh. Oh. Okay, hold on. You can grab all the spines. I see. All the little prickles. Prickles? I scared myself into... Wait! Did you see that? One of them just flew up. It flew up. Why don't... That was funny. Oh, come on. God damn it. I need to use my tools more. I feel like the game expects you to use the tools a bit more with how much shards it's giving you. Friend! Garama! What's up, Shimon? Simon? Shimon? Not sure how I'm supposed to pronounce your name. Help me. I need a drink. I need to get my drink. Alright, so I don't think I can get up here yet. So this is, yeah, this is completely closed. I'm gonna go down there. How much do we have? Well. What? Oh. Scary. I am in the far fields indeed, yes. An old, like, this looks like an old, like, bench spot that has fallen into disarray. Interesting. Oh, big chunker. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Friend. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Shit. I love the fact that he just dive bombs you and then just smacks the ground. So funny. The number of different like animations and like every little enemy has their own little quirks. It's very, very well done. Ooh, okay, hold on before I get in there. Is that really it? Yeah, I think that's it. Yep. I'm assuming I'll grab something up here and then come back down. That's a jump I can take. Okay, where are we? Yeah, we're all the way there, so my notes need to reflect that. How do I... Well, I had one of these doors again before, and I described it in the like in a big clank way or something. That's how I called it. Door metal clang. I think that might have been the one. Let's put that here. Ah, shit. Control Z. Yeah, let's put that there. Let's see, how far are we? Pretty far. I don't want to already start mapping this because it feels... Well, I mean, I guess I could. Hold on. No, actually, there's no point. No point. I'll have to put it on the map later then. It's probably around here. It's probably even a little further out, maybe. Like there. We'll it's even off the screen on the stream. That's funny. Wait, how is it off the screen? Have I... Hold on. If I show the inspector... No, you guys see the side. Did I do that intentionally when I cut it? I don't remember. I may have done that intentionally. Huh. What the hell? Whoa. Better? Hold on. Now I made my overlay bug. My bad. Hold on. There we go, back to normal. It's interesting that it started displaying the Chrome window that was behind it with the YouTube stuff. It's my the end theme of the stream that's already loaded in the back. Pretty funny that it did that. Because it's not a screen capture, it's a window capture. I don't know how that happened. That is really weird. OBS shenanigans. OBS doing weird stuff can't be, yeah. Yeah, that's... Yeah, I mean, no, in this case, it's just that my scalpel sort of... What happened is scalpel minimized itself. Not minimized, but it went into a smaller window because I misclicked. But instead of just showing like the minimal window and nothing around it, I don't know if you noticed it, but on stream it showed just what was behind it, which is my my Chrome that's loaded on YouTube for like the music, you know, like the intro and the outro music of the stream. I use YouTube, like it's very janky, right? I just have the things on YouTube. And so I don't know why it would show that, because it's supposed to be a capture of the scalpel window, not a capture of the monitor or the desktop space, right? I don't know why it would just randomly show a fucking Chrome window. I don't know, that's a really weird... I don't know how they capture the windows, but it has to be some weird fucking thing for that to be the result. Like, it doesn't just hook the actual, you know, process of scalpel. It's more elaborate than that. It's a Willy Whacker. Yeah, I didn't like Salt and Sanctuary very much. I only played like a couple hours of it, and then I don't know. It was trying, for me, it was trying too hard to be 2D Souls. I wish it had more of an identity. So yeah, I didn't enjoy it very much. I hear Salt and Sacrifice a little bit better. I mean, I've seen people play Salt and Sanctuary. It's a fine game. I enjoy watching people play it. I think it has some interesting sounds and all that. I think it's you know, there's cool builds you can make, but yeah, for me personally, it tried a little bit too hard to be 2D Souls, which I don't know. It wasn't a good time for me. And as far as the second one, I've heard some... You've heard it was worse? Okay. Well, there's mixed opinions then, I guess. I've heard... then again, I haven't heard a lot about it, but I've heard a few people say it was a little bit better. But yeah, I'm probably never gonna play that. It's very unlikely. Is this some weird new type of advertisement? I've seen that on other channels, not with this game in particular, but I've seen like recently created accounts being like, hey, you should play this game, and then mention like a stat about the stream, the Steam charts, or you know, like it peaked at that many players, or there's just a new update that just came out. It, you know, it feels like weird advertisement. I've seen that happen with other games on other channels, and I'm like, this is strange. Say potato. What's your recipe for cheesecake, Willy Whacker? I've seen indie devs do that too. Yeah, that's... Man, I don't know. Like, if you're a dev and you want to promote your game, at least do it in an upfront way, right? Like, join channels that are playing the game similar to what you're doing. Like, introduce yourself, you know, hey, I'm a dev for yada yada. And I would love if you could look at, you know, the game we've made, or is there any way I can contact you about the game we're making? Or, you know, like, at least do it in an upfront way, right? I think that would be great. if indie devs are like, you know, doing weird shit like that, that's, I hate to use the word, but that's mega cringe. In this case, I don't think it's AI though, but I'm a real person. I just wish I could play multiplayer on it, but it has no players. I see. How come you've just created your account though? Is this like, was it like legitimately your intention? I'm not blaming you or anything. I'm just having a conversation. Did you just create the account because you were playing Salt and Sanctuary or Sacrifices and you were like, there's no players, so I'm gonna create an account, go on Twitch, and try to get more people to play that game? Yeah, I mean, it is weird, Colette, but, you know, I'm not mad about it. I'm interested. At this point, I'm interested. I'm invested in the mystery. What's up, Mark? Copied the misspelling, definitely. I think, Brightwood, I think the more likely explanation is that person just copied the exact word because they don't know how potato is spelled. I don't mean to be rude, but I you know, I think that's... Yeah, Willy Whacker is a good name. Yeah. Right, Willy Whacker. Well, two things. Unfortunately, no, it's not gonna be me. Because I'm you know, doing a thing over here. And two, I don't know, I don't think that's the way to go about it. Have you tried going on maybe the subreddit for the video game, or there's maybe a Discord community for Salt and Sacrifices of people looking to play multiplayer? I don't know. Those would be my, you know, my suggestions. Or even like the Steam community hub or whatever, right? They have a message board on there. Maybe you can find some people to play with. Yeah, no, that's true, Costa. Some people are like literally just new and don't know the etiquette, which is, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt here, you know. This is a case of, you know, it wasn't rude or anything. I don't think it was just a little, you know. It felt like it came from a place of inexperience, more than rudeness. Yeah, I mean, it's unlikely to work that way, Willy Whacker. People that are streaming a game or you know, they're doing a thing. They're not trying to find suggestions of you know. No, it didn't. To me, at least, it didn't come off rude. It just came off as, yeah, you're new on Twitch and you don't know how this works, right? You have to. This is a learning moment, right? But yeah, again, I think your best chance of finding other people to play Salt and Sacrifices, again, the Steam message board, subreddit, if there's one, and potentially a Discord community if there's one. Those are the better chances for you to find other players. As far as streaming goes, I mean, is the category really like dead? Let's see, Salt and Sacrifices. It is. No one's playing it. There's a few videos of people playing it not too long ago. You might want to check that. Check like the videos in the category, right? And then you can find like VODs of people who played it recently and maybe follow those people, because that it probably means they're gonna get back into it, you know, in the next few days. Right? That's a thing you can do. I don't know. I'm in a helpful mood. You caught me on a day where I'm soft. I get. Well, okay, that sounds weird. I'm in a helpful mood today. On a different day, I may have, you know, wanted to chew that person and spit it out, but today I'm in a positive mood. Yeah, another day there would be roasty. I don't know. Maybe it's because I've slept enough. I don't know. Uncharacteristically charitable Dan, yeah. Tier 3 subs aren't this accommodated on this channel. Well, they're already, you know, if you're paying $25 a month to be a tier 3 sub on this channel, it's at the point where you know me enough and I could basically say anything and you would be like, oh, this scoundrel making jokes again. You know, it's different sort of relationship, right? You're already on the hook if you're paying $25 to be a sub on this channel, right? No, I'm not taking anyone for granted, jokes aside. Thank you guys. For Americans, tier 3 is $25. I don't know exactly. I think it is something around that at least. I don't know what the regional pricings are. That's what they're paying for. No worries, Willy Wacker. Again, I hope you've heard my suggestions for you to find other players to play with or people streaming the game. Again, if you want people streaming the game, if you want to watch people streaming the game, go in the category and then click on videos and follow those channels that have been playing it recently. There were at least 4 different channels playing it in the past 24 hours, so maybe you catch them live at some point. Oh, fuck off. Alright, there we go. Can I? Yeah, I can do that. Just for the love of the game. Oh shit. Map overlay, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, now I'm down to 1 HP, so... Oh my god, can I stop playing so poorly? I would love an easy way to get my, That is not the easy way I was looking for! Whew! Scary, yeah. So scary. Okay, that's a useful mechanic though. I need to learn how to control that, because that's actually kind of useful. I just didn't know it would work that way. So apparently, I was trying to... I hit the corner just before I dashed, so when I dashed, it sort of like sent me over the edge in like a super zoomy way. Yeah, like that. Like you can climb and immediately dash away, right? And I think that's what happened. I was trying to dash to the corner. No, even if you hold. Holy shit. Okay. I dashed and I kept it held for a little bit longer, which means I zoom. Yeah, that's what happened. Did you see that? How did I do that? It's like I hit the corner and immediately just dashed out of it. There seems to be a sort of like movement tech there maybe, but... Yeah, I don't know. That was really weird. Like it sometimes I hit like the edge and it immediately just goes over and dashes. That was strange. I don't know exactly what the I'm gonna have to... I'm sure it will happen accidentally again, and I'll get to figure it out. That's funny. I'm assuming this is slower than just running, but... actually, I don't know. Eh, seems about the same speed overall. Not sure. I mean, it is fast. It is really fast, but... Same speed, more swag. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to look at the background, right, to establish if it's going faster or not. I think it's about the same speed. This one's a little more, like, bursty, but overall, about the same. Anyway, I should probably, before doing that sort of nonsense, I should probably get my, silk back. My cocoon and my beads. Can't lose my beads. Almost did it again. Okay, those two. And those... Come on! Three more. Beads! Not bees. Beads. You know, like the same stuff you put in your butt sometimes? Come on, I took that to... I did not need to take that to the face. That was silly of me. Oh, I think we're good. Yeah, we're done. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay. I am low HP though. Yeah, that's some professional level blasphemy, Costa. That's why we like it. Oh, that's gonna break the thing and... Yeah, I got it. Hell yeah, nice. I don't know, Brightwood. Listen. Just a little... You know, you did. We're just using the praying beads for more fun reasons. It's not like we're going around burning churches, which some of my peers would have done back in the day. Okay. Wait. What is going on here? Yeah, what? It's interesting that there's a space up here and that, right? That's clearly a thing you can enter. I wonder, okay, I feel like at some point I'm gonna get a tool that allows me to grab those rings and like maybe swing or something. And that will allow me to get up there. I need to take a note of that. Which is also, there's also a similar ring next to the big chunky gate there. Which I wonder if you can grab them and maybe activate something. Upper ledge. Maybe ring swing. I'll put that here. I don't know exactly where it is, but I'll figure it out when we get the map updated. That's what I did wrong yesterday. I didn't, when we were exploring the unknown, I didn't take notes. That's why some of the stuff was missing. I need to take notes even in the dark. Just, you know, guesstimate where it's supposed to be, and then once the map's applied, put them exactly where they need to be. Otherwise, that's how we're gonna get missing notes, I think. And to be a little more... Fuck, that's so shitty. Standing there on the ledge like an asshole. Okay. We gotta chill. We're very close to a bench. Let's not screw this up. Stop being cheeky and trying to do things. Just walk and jump. Easy. There we go. How many spines do I have? 25. Which is the maximum you can get. They stop spawning after that. Well then, I can tell by the rattling from within your cloak your hunt was a success. If you'll kindly pass over the cores, you can get to work. Give the spine cores, yes. Wish granted.
Hello,
Hello there. Perfect. This should be more than enough. Wait there just a moment and we'll soon have you soaring up and away from these lowlands.
Ha! Oh! Ha!
The Drifter's Cloak. Oh, interesting. Hold X in the air, flares the cloak to ride strong winds or glide gracefully. Okay. Not what I was expecting. I was oh.
Benny Frank.
It was weird seeing her without the cloak there for a sec. This is fine work, Seamstress. Your modifications will aid me greatly. TOS, yeah. You're quite welcome, dear. I've rare opportunity. You're quite welcome, dear. In my head, I hear Mrs. Doubtfire's voice. You're quite welcome, dear. I've rare opportunities to practice such intricate sewing, and a warrior sort like you will be able to properly appreciate my additions. Float away now, stray one, and do try not to die. I'd rather not have my hard work go to waste. Thanks. Wait, wasn't it? Oh, I had to press it again? That is not what it says. It says hold X, which I thought I could just jump and hold. No, you have to press it again. Which I guess is easier to avoid like misclicks or, you know, you don't want to I get it, I guess. It's a little more intentional. Just a moment, dear, before you scurry off. I'm loath to spoil the surprise, but curiosity begs me to ask, do you know why they pursue you, those Citadel bugs?
Nesvir?
No certainty, but I have a strong suspicion. They hunt me for my nature, for the silk produced within my shell.
Madon.
Aha! Truth, no doubt. In Farloom, yours is a rare skill, prized beyond measure, to channel one's soul within a thread. Soul and silk, inseparably linked. This is so cool. It is a skill almost lost from Farloom. Those old weavers shared it, but they're long dead now.
Fadastama.
There is another alive in this kingdom that shares my nature, some part of it. I've seen silk similar to my own. It snares the shells of those upon the roads. I've seen it wrap them, possess them whole. There's will within that thread, one that seems to come from somewhere above us, the Citadel. Good sharp sight you've got, that Citadel. All roads towards, and all answers waiting. And a long climb up there, my dear. Now it's time you get going. Your style and your silk sure are fine, but stay too long and you'll only be trouble for me. Okay. Take some notes there. Silk. Manifestation of the soul in thread form. Seems to be a rare gift. Be able to produce it according to the seamstress. Be the reason why we were hunted. Hornet thinks another one like her is producing silk from the Citadel. Maybe there's like there seemed to be maybe a theme of identity, searching for someone like her to understand her nature better. Yeah, I don't know. Seems to be maybe there's something to that effect there. Very interesting. What's up, Malachaz? Yeah, Mercer. I love Mrs. Doubtfire. What a movie. Simple protective garb sewn through with flexible spines. So I'm basically, yeah, it's interesting that you need to press to hover. This is so funny though. I love how she's, you know, all like lost in it almost with her neck. It also stabilizes for like a little good half second. You almost don't move down, which can be really useful for boss fights to hover and everything. Yeah, the little legs and body actually. Just like dangling there. It's so funny. Yeah, it's kind of an umbrella, right? The spines and... This is really cool. I like it. Whee! Okay. Is the distance... Does the distance of... matter... Oh, okay. Hold on. Matter for how far up I go? Not really. I was hoping maybe I would be catapulted up there, but... Nope. So like, how do I reach some like this, for instance? Let's see. S tier Mary Poppins. Oh yeah, a little bit, yeah. Yeah, so it's interesting that I can do basically everything from here, but I can't get up there. Yeah, the dusty platforms. Everything is so cool in this game. The attention to detail is just absolutely incredible. So very impressive. So it feels like there's another tool that I'm supposed to get later to maybe spring out of these even higher somehow. Oh, wait, never mind. I think I found it. I think I know what I'm supposed to do here. Ugh! I think... Hold on. What if I... Whoop! And then... Yes! What now? Feels like there has to be a way to get up there, but I don't know how. But I don't know how. Oh, there we go. Nice. Oh, come on. I'm gonna make a lot of little misplays like that, I guess. Oh, shit. Man, I can already see the kind of shenanigans they could do with like a Path of Pain 2.0 with, you know, mixing all those move tricks together, like those move techs and all that. Like, ugh. Boink. So cool. I like that. It almost looks like she's positioning her legs to like sort of land properly, right? She's not smashing, she's like lifting her legs and sort of... Almost wish I could dive from that position. If I had the dive kick, that would look so cool. Oh, come on. Yeah, you can see her being like almost in a position where she could bam, dash down and dive, you know. That'd be really cool. Alright. It's starting to get to the point where I'm a little concerned that I haven't found the flea, the last flea yet. It makes me think it might be in one of the earlier areas and I sort of missed it, fucked it up somehow. I mean, we do have, there's definitely more places where I can go now, thanks to this, so we're going to have a little backtracking sesh. The barista. Oh! Alright, I think 2 more pieces, probably. What was that about?
Friend.
Oh, I think that was maybe the way I was supposed to do it. But I'm glad you have other ways to do it. I'm glad it's giving you a little, you know, freedom. That was fun. My way was cooler, yeah, I agree. What was it with those fucking webs there, though? I don't know. Let's see if I can respawn them. Nope. Huh. It didn't do anything, did it? Maybe it gave me silk? I didn't notice if it did. Maybe that was it, yeah. Maybe it just gave me a little bit of silk. That's probably what it was. God, I wish I had taken a note for... I wish I had taken notes of every location of every gust of wind. Oh. Oh! Well then. Souphead, thank you for the tier 1, 34 months. Appreciate you. Thank you so very much for the resub. Souphead, you will be remembered. Thank you. Okay, it is basically just giving you silk. Hell yeah. Very nice. It's a bit of an underwhelming reward, but I'll take it. That's it, Primus. That's we'll have to zoom around and backtrack a little bit. Oh, it's gonna be a boss now, isn't it? Oh, I'm not feeling this. Yep, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. The fourth chorus. Oh my god, this thing looks amazing. Fucking Mega Man ass boss. Yeah, see, I knew it. The platforms, I called it. Entirely called it. God, this is hard. That one was quite obvious. Yeah, sure. It reminds me. It makes me think of old Mega Man bosses. Those giant like Dr. Wily machines and all that. Or something out of Cuphead maybe. I haven't played Cuphead myself, but I've seen a little bit of the game. What a cool boss though. Okay, let's calm down and just observe the movement. Man, that breaks. Dude, what the fuck? Okay, that recreates the thing. Okay, when you don't panic, it's actually not that hard, it seems. That... I fell right into that shit. the timing there. Oh my god. I got so fucked there. I was doing good for a half a second and then damn. But yeah, definitely not panicking and jumping everywhere and actually like paying attention to the movement definitely helped. It's not that difficult. At least phase 1 is not that hard. Phase 2 seems a little more elaborate with the falling thing. I'm triggering the parachute on accident a few times there, which I'm a little worried about. Yeah, focus on dodging and then damage. Don't have to do both at the same time. Shit, yeah, little trap there. God damn it. Okay. I should have actually friended before that. Oh my god. Okay, that kind of sucks. I'm out. Oh my god. Okay. What? Dude! Yeah, I've had a few instances of, oh my god. God damn it, timing. Quickly, quickly, quickly! Yeah, I was gonna get fucked every day there. Fuck me! Breathe. Oh, let's go! Got it! Dude, that last phase was insane. There were a few moments where I had to like take the wind gusts and I wasn't sure where the platform to land on was, and then he started attacking at the same time. I was like, oh my god, I'm really not sure. Did you enjoy the fight? Yeah, that was rad. That reminded me of like old school fucking bosses again, like Mega Man, you know, like those big Dr. Wily things, like I think Mega Man X and all that, maybe, right? Those big machines and, you know, like vertical stuff and horizontal stuff, and I really liked it. This is, for me, this is, you know, like prime old school platformer sort of boss fight. Really enjoyed that. I don't mind, you know, like the more sort of active like fighting game with movement and like the lace fight, right? That's a very different style, very fun, very active, very fast. But I do like the sort of static, almost puzzle-like, you know, nature of those things. You have to like find the patterns and I really enjoy that. That very satisfying to my brain. Again, very old school, I think, in terms of design, but done in a very nice way there. I like it. Cool fight, for sure. The music was wonderful too. Yeah, exactly. Classic Super Metroid fights, or my brain went to like Mega Man X, but yeah. A bit more, you know, like from a more recent comparison, like Cuphead, I think fits. Love the way its arms and digits are animated. Yeah, it's that, again, it's that old school sort of animation. You have like the background thing that moves, and then you have like all the limbs are like sort of different objects, right? It, to me, again, everything about that screamed like old school fight, and I loved it. Yeah, I loved it. It was really cool. Is that what it's called? Spline animation? With like the different parts moving? Is that the name? I'm not a very technical person. Ah, there we go. Nice. Oh my lord. It would be embarrassing to die after all this. But yeah, I've had a few moments of when I'm like fighting. I think it's just like when I'm trying to do like certain moves, I need to be more intentional with my pressing, because maybe sometimes I accidentally double press jump. What? Oh, I see. Yeah, I see. I have this little thing that I do with my thumb, and I do it even like completely without realizing, unconsciously, when I'm trying to do like certain moves up in the air. Yeah, I'm doing my thumb sort of like presses the button under the, just accidentally, like, yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna have to be more intentional with my moves. I think I'm gonna have to hold jump when I'm trying to just do tech. Just hold jump in the air so I don't get the double tap, and then only double tap when I want it, right? So I hold jump when I want to do like some of the more elaborate stuff, so my thumb doesn't accidentally like sort of slam on the controller and hit it. Yeah, it's a bit of like, I don't know, like that part of my thumb's kind of like hitting the button unintentionally when I'm trying to do. That one save in the boss fight where you dash right above the lava was crazy. Yeah, no, I mean, that's the thing. Like, it was probably after I got up in the air, right? And I'm like, I didn't know where the platform was because I didn't pay attention to it. So I had to, like, instantly react to the you know, where I had a safe spot, which I wasn't sure. That was a cool boss fight, man. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. The music was also incredible. I wish... It's gonna sound like a humble brag, it's not. I wish I had more time to listen to it. Wish I could have listened to that one a lot more. Time to break out the level-less controller so you don't have the jump issue? That's true, it wouldn't happen on level-less. Yeah, I think at this point it's too late for me to learn a new controller. It would be too long of a process to relearn the game on level-less. I really hesitated. I was really hesitating to play on level-less on that. I think it would have been really cool. See, it happened again. Fuck me, that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem. We'll figure it out. All the little shards. Oh, that's it? Damn it! I was hoping it was a secret passage or something. Just trying to make sure I don't now have access to other places. What did I write here? Hold on. Close gate shortcut. Gust of wind. Okay, hold on. I have written some gust of winds down. I need to check this one. This one we figured out. That was the lace fight. I wonder if someone will play this using Donkey Kong bongos. At this point, with the Twitch culture and everything, if you put two things together, a game and a certain controller, it's probably happening at some point. Probably already been done, yeah. I did watch someone play this on a potato. Well, wrap it up, guys. Potato run's been done. What's the point of playing the game anymore? Will only ever come second. Also up there. Okay. Pretty good. I was pretty good at marking the spots. Pretty happy with me. Myself. What's up, Apple? How are you doing? Yeah, we do love our note-taking and map-making around here. I'm like recreating the map in my notes software so I can take notes on it. The whole thing. And then I have a few notes about, you know, story elements and all the items we find, because I don't want to lose the descriptions when we buy them and all that. That's the whole thing. Yeah, I wasn't sure at first, Colette. I like this format for the map. I think it works well. It works well. It's gonna be a bit of trouble later when we have to update the maps, like more sort of small scale stuff, but we'll figure it out, I'm sure. Okay, so we have 2 gusts of winds there. I don't know if there's other spots that I may have missed. I have to sort of re-explore a little bit, especially like the marrow feels like it's... Potentially there's hot winds there. I don't know. I'll have to try. But yeah, we have at least this one I'm really interested in. Seems like a sort of a unique landmark, right? 11-year-old me doing the Super Metroid map on graph paper with like the system. Dude, I was the same. I was already mapping specific shit when I was a kid. Like Zelda 2 was a big one for me. I was mapping like because like Super Metroid had like an internal map system sort of, if I remember correctly. It's been so long. But like Zelda 2, the castles, like the you know, palaces in Zelda 2 didn't have any maps or anything. So I was mapping them myself to try and figure out, you know, keep track of where I was supposed to go. Especially because every time you fucking died in this game, you started all the way back at the beginning. And so you had to walk all the way through again and find your way back, you know, so Jeez, it was a whole thing. The creating maps was pretty much necessary. So yeah, I remember doing paper maps on my school, you know, A4 paper. And then I had a friend, his name was Jerome. Jerome. My good friend Jerome and I would see each other on the weekend. We'd go to his place on the weekends, and we would create our own video games on paper games. And so we were like drawing stages and enemies on like little separate pieces of paper, and then we would make them move in on the you know the stages we were creating on paper. And so one of us was playing the player. You were moving the you know the little piece of paper that represented the player with the drawing on it and everything, and then the other one would move the enemies. You know, it was based on the honor system, right? Had to move in a regular way that was predictable, so the player could play around it, couldn't cheat, you know. And so we would each create our own like stages and levels on our side of the room, listening to music or watching fucking MTV at the time or whatever. So we would create all of that, and then we would, you know, share, you know, meet in the middle of the bedroom and play each other's levels. He was a much better artist than I was. Mine were the art was very rudimentary, but the mechanics were interesting. I remember coming up with some pretty elaborate stuff for something that's drawn on paper. These were like work of arts. Like, he was a really good drawer. Shit looked really fucking great. I think he became a tattoo artist, actually, now that I think about it. But makes a lot of sense. He's a really good artist. Yeah. I miss doing that stuff too, right? But I don't know, it was such a creative thing to do. I miss it. But, you know, that's part of why sometimes I'm like, man, I think I should really try and make something with the video game dev stuff. I know it's a very hard venture, but I would love to work on my own video game. Obviously, I would mostly, you know, I'm mostly a writer more than anything at this point, but I don't know. I think I could come up with some interesting designs, and even if it doesn't work and if it fails, I think it would be fun to do. I don't know, maybe I should look into like some simple dev tools sometimes and take the time to learn it. I don't know, it feels like it's such a long time, but at this, you know, in this day and age, there's so many tools that sort of facilitate the whole, you know, you don't really have to be good at coding anymore, you don't really have to learn coding that much anymore. You have a lot of tools that sort of, what's it called again? I was talking about that with Captain Dax the other day, no, not storyboard, there's a term for it. Like, it's just, linking things together, and, you know, all the sort of coding happens in the background. There's a term for it, I don't remember it. It's a playful. Vibe coding? No, I'm not talking about some AI stuff. I'm talking about the actual process of scripting. Blueprints. Blueprints. That's the one, Gluminary. Yes, yes. I just found it on Google by looking at it. Yep. That's the word I was looking for. The blueprints. Which, again, I don't know exactly how it works or anything. I'm just... What's up, Sionks? How are you doing today? Welcome in. But yeah, it feels like there's a lot of tools these days that allow for something that's not as complicated as actually properly coding, right? Which, you know, I'm sure it has its limitations, but like Salino says, I don't think it would affect me very much, right? If I were ever to try doing something, it would probably be a very narrative heavy, very simple sort of video game, but I don't know. But for me, it's more about, I would love to sort of dip my toes into trying to write a game to sort of, you know, kind of showcase my writing in a way that would be interesting and fun for some, you know, people watching me on Twitch, and, you know, something, I don't know. It's also like, obviously my main thing was writing novels, but, or is writing novels, even though I haven't worked in a little bit. But I've always wanted to write other things. Script writing, game writing, all that stuff is interesting to me. But it just takes a long time, and obviously my time's already pretty... My time and energy, more energy than time, actually, is pretty limited. Yeah, playful. Yeah, I mean... if it can help you for personal use, that's great. I think it's good if it can help people create their own little apps and not have to worry too much about learning all the complicated coding stuff. Hopefully it doesn't end up, you know, hopefully it doesn't get to a point where developers become useless, because that would suck. But that's a different conversation altogether. Okay, so I have these two spots to check. Should I go up here first, or should I backtrack first? God, I never know. I never know. No, if I was doing video games, novels are the only thing that I'm doing in French. If I was ever doing movies, if I was ever doing games, it would be in English. Yeah, playful. I believe the better aspect of it, the faster aspect of it. The better, I'm not sure. But again, I'm not a dev, so what the fuck do I know? But I believe the faster. Anything new? Nope, not from you. Anything new from you? No. I can buy the mask though. I'm pretty sure I need another part, but at least this way when I find the next part, I'm immediately getting it. Yeah, I'll do that. Yep, okay, 4 parts as expected. We're just gonna mark this one as sold. I should have probably... I wrote sold next to the item. I should have written bought, right? Would make more sense, but... It doesn't have anything new. Bushka! Karma! Karma! No? Karma? It's just the little guy here reacting to all of it. Nobody else. Oh, come on. Oh. Well, we were gonna backtrack a little bit anyway, right? Try to find other gusts of winds that I may have missed. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen any seems new? Or I forgot about them? I'm actually not sure. That's the crazy part. I'm not sure if I forgot about those or if those are new. I think I just forgot about them. Man, the music here was so good. We went through this place so fast and early that I've forgotten how cool it was. Yeah, Bryboot. I think my favorite is... I mean, I love... What the fuck was that? Bone Bottom Town, you know, music is beautiful. I like the Hunter's March a lot. Hunter's March, I think, might be my favorite. I feel like this one sounds a lot like one of the tracks in Hollow Knight, but I'm not sure which one. Or maybe it sounds like something else. Actually, I think it sounds from something off of a different game or franchise. Green Path? I don't know, maybe? But I feel like it sounds like something off of... like Kenna, you know, like the Kenna game, Kenna and the Bridge of Spirits or something. It sounds like something that could be in that game. I don't know, it feels familiar to me in a way that I'm not quite sure. Like Queen's Gardens, maybe? Skyrim? That's definitely not what I'm thinking of, but... yeah, I don't know. Oblivion, maybe? Yeah. I'm thinking about something a little more whimsical, I think. I hear the Oblivion sort of similarities, though, yeah, for sure. But I think I'm thinking about something a little more... What the fuck is that? Dude, I don't know what that is, but it kills them in one hit? And it makes that weird clank sound? Is that what I'm pairing their... Pairing their dart attack? Maybe it does like a specific special damage thing? Crazy. Ori? Yeah, I haven't played Ori, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, it's... I don't know. I should really play the Ori games, shouldn't I? Right? I should probably stream those actually. But... Yeah, last time I was here I had nothing, but I don't know what it is. Hold on. Is it the... Let's see. What's up, Foofox? Yeah, I don't know what it is. Foofox, thank you for the tier 2, 25 months. I appreciate you. Thank you for the resub, Foofox. You will be remembered. We fought 4th chorus. What's the name of the boss? I'm pretty sure.
Friend.
Also, it's interesting because, you know, we're sometimes talking about the importance of no information and how innocent comments can sometimes potentially spoil things. Torny's comment, I didn't think about it until Torny's comment, but he said we fought a chorus. Which lets me know that there's more than one. Which, obviously, the name of the enemy sort of, you know, implies that there's more, but it could be there's just one in the game. It's just a lore thing that there were more in the past, right? It's interesting. I just forgot the fourth part. Yeah, I'm not sure you're gonna save this one, Torny, that way. You know, maybe I'm wrong, but we'll see. We'll see. If I don't meet any other one in the game, then you'll be vindicated. But when we fight another one, again, like the name sort of implied it, but just not something I really thought about until your comment. I'm gonna try parrying that attack. Maybe that's it. Okay, I may know what happened actually. Hold on. I think it was a coincidence. It was a coincidence of me feeling my silk gauge at the exact same time I killed it. Is it 3 attacks? It is 3 attacks. Let's see. And it looked like something else was happening. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. It's just like my silk feeling coincided with the kill, which made it feel like it was a special thing happening. But it was just a normal kill. Interesting. Or maybe I'm wrong, and maybe there's something was happening, and I just still don't know. Let's see. Okay, I don't think there's any... Oh. Yeah, that's closed at this point. I think I would remember if there were... I would have probably wrote it. I think maybe... Is there a chance that I was... No, that was definitely something. Because my silk was already full. What the damn hell? Damn it. Hello. Hold on, do you have anything to say? Nope. Bye! I'm getting lost in this. I don't even know how to get back up. In the easiest of ways. Yeah, Brightwood, it's interesting. We had that conversation the other day. Like the first stream, I think. I didn't mind the sort of digital, you know, I don't mind digital video game music. It's like the old school, you know, Uematsu stuff. I love the original MIDI stuff. All of his more recent stuff that's too over, you know, like natural. It doesn't hit the same nostalgia-wise. I don't know. But yeah, obviously this is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, let's try not to fall this time. This didn't happen when we were slow. Yeah, right, Boot. Yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense to me. Again, very similar to what happened, I feel like, with Final Fantasy. Those old school, like, Uematsu tracks were so hummable. Very distinct melodies, because they have different tools, right? They have to use different, a different approach. Less orchestral, more focused around, like, the actual, like, melody. When it starts getting a bit more classical, orchestral, you know, those big sort of... The melodies sort of become less, you know, distinct, I guess, maybe a little bit. Yeah, I don't think there's any way... I don't think there was any, So elegant. Yeah, I think... I mean, we'll see. We'll have to backtrack anyway at some point, but I think I may have taken note of the only 2 other Gust of Winds outside of Warfields. Which I'm very impressed with myself. What's the fastest way to go there, though? Also, I'm really worried that I haven't found that last flea yet. I think we go deep docks and then up. Let's see. Eira! Let's go. Deep docks. Marrow? Let's go to the Marrow first. What did I write for this one? This shaft up here. Shaft going up. Okay. Very precise note. Thank you, Past Daniel. I appreciate that. Check and go deep docks. But yeah, it's interesting how, you know, I don't think it's the case here. I think that some of those tracks are already very memorable. But I'm thinking, again, I was mentioning Final Fantasy. I'm thinking back to how memorable the soundtracks of, like, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 even, to some degree. A couple of tracks in 10, but mostly like 6, 7, 8, 9. How memorable those tracks were. And now I'm thinking back to like Final Fantasy 16, which is the last one I played, for instance. No matter how great the music is, and it's pretty great, like it's, you know, some Soken tracks and all that. And guy's great, makes wonderful soundtracks. I could not, for the life of me, remember any of them. I don't think I'd be able to even start humming the melody of anything in that game. No memories whatsoever of anything. And I played that game for a long time. Longer than I would play games back then, like 7, 8, 9 or whatever. It's just not the same. It doesn't... I don't know. Those tracks are too elaborate. The melody doesn't stand out. But can you hum them, Costa? Although I will say, from little I've played of 14, which I hope to go back to at some point, yes, some of those tracks are a little more memorable. But I also think it's because you spend a long time in those areas just not doing much, because it's a MMO, right? You're just there and the music's sort of going all the time. So that might also help with the sort of getting them ingrained in your brain, right? I don't know. Is it the lack of voice acting? The fact that those moments are not like covered by tons of people like yapping and all that? Maybe that makes the soundtrack more memorable? I don't know. Yeah, it's just interesting to think about. Yeah, I saw... Yeah, I mean... I would be hard-pressed to do anything from a Marvel movie. But yeah, like... Lord of the Rings, obviously, a great example. Star Wars, of course, yeah. I don't know. I think it's not just a matter of tools. I think there is something... to the effect of, like... orchestral music changes. Orchestral music is different these days. There's more of an emphasis on big epic orchestral rather than minimalism. I think there was a way more minimalistic approach back then when it comes to scoring, right? Like, think about the most memorable tracks from something like Interstellar, for instance, or Inception, like the Hans Zimmer stuff, right? They're not the big epic moments. No, never mind. Let me rephrase. They're big epic moments, but they're minimalistic soundtracks. You remember the very little, like, you know, dun, 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 you know, that it's so very simple. A lot of ambient stuff in the back, right? That's what makes them memorable. It's, you know, it's not the big sort of like complex orchestral stuff. Think about like Max Richter's soundtrack on The Leftovers or stuff like that. So minimalistic, so simple, so memorable. Or Philip Glass's work on anything. Yeah. Truman Show or whatever. Yeah, The Leftovers is amazing. It's my favorite show of all time. That's that track right now, Hunter's March, so beautiful. Fuck, what a great track. Whee! Oh wait, I can't go. No. Oh, that did not work the way I was hoping. fuck me. I think, okay, I'm gonna have to find a tool later, I guess, that makes me go faster up those things, maybe? You know, like maybe something that propels you higher. Or maybe, hold on. I was trying to see if I could like down attack to push up and then keep that momentum. No, it doesn't work. Yeah, doesn't work. I may have been a little bit hasty in my idea that the progression and skills were a little more clear-cut in this one. Although I will say, it still does feel like it's a bit more... You can, you know, it's a bit more go there, find a skill, go there, find a skill. I feel like Hollow Knight there were less tools and skills to find. But I was wrong in the fact that it made everything a little bit more predictable, because clearly there's some stuff that I'm... Every fucking time, dude! I'm gonna keep getting got by that thing. Also, I haven't figured out the weird sound from earlier. That's something I'm gonna have to... Come on. Ha! Oh my god, did you see that? That micro... like float just to avoid the attack. That was kind of crazy. Whew. Like just a little bit, you know, stopping myself in the air because I was on a trajectory to get hit. That was fun. I have not played Animal well, no, but I've heard some good things. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm, you know, my thought about the music thing. What if it's just because we're older, and when I played Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9 and all that, I was younger, and so my neural pathways were more freely connecting, and so I memorized those tracks more easily. I don't know. I don't think it's just that. I think there's more to it than that. I definitely think the simplicity, the minimalistic music is easier to hum and remember the melodies of, but... yeah. Yeah, no, same, Macaron. I'm thinking, like, The Leftovers, I watched The Leftovers less than 10 years ago. Or stuff like, even like Lost, you know, that I watched in my 20s. That shit, you know, very beautiful minimalistic soundtrack, and I mean, at least the most memorable tracks, right? So, yeah, I mean, it comes down to that sort of stuff. It just feels like there's so much media now, whether it's game or movies or whatever, has those like sort of, I hate to use the word generic, but those very like generic sounding orchestral things that just don't feel like they have much of an identity or a memorable motif, right? And also I think a lot of those, it's the recurrence. If you think about something like The Leftovers, like there's this recurring motifs in different tracks that return to the same melody, which helps, you know, like sort of driving the thing. Same with the old Final Fantasy, you hear those tracks again and again, they always come back. There's a sad moment, there's a specific... I'm sure you guys have experienced that, but you're like playing those old RPGs and you're like, oh, it's the sad track again, I love that one, right? Like, I love the sad track, because it's coming back every time there's something sad. I feel like more modern games just have a different track for everything, so you don't get that returning sort of thing happening. No, I agree, Braibu. I very much agree with that. And even some of the more modern Uematsu stuff. Like, Uematsu's a fantastic composer, but a lot of his more recent stuff post Final Fantasy IX was just not as good, not as memorable. I don't know. Maybe he ran out of juice at some point, I'm not sure. Like, Final Fantasy IX is literally like 7, 8, 9, all three of those games. Banger after banger. There's not a lot of tracks you would skip on those soundtracks. And then he makes the soundtrack for something like Lost Odyssey, which, you know, has a few extremely good standout tracks. But the general soundtrack's kind of like, eh. I don't know. There's some charm about those simple old 90s MIDI tracks. I don't know. I'm an old man yelling at clouds. It's fine. Yes, this one we can go. Step out into the world in map in 7. Those first 5 notes hits you every time. Yeah, and I think an interesting thing about that is you think about the 7 remake. Obviously, you remember those tracks, and so you hear them again in a more, you know, modernized take on them, and it just feels, you know, it hits right because you remember those melodies and all that. I wonder if, let's say, the original, you remove the existence of the original and you just play the remake, do those same melodies become as memorable? I don't know. Maybe so, because they're strong tracks with very good melodies, but I wonder if it's a thing that, you know... Yeah, I don't know. It's impossible to know, right, Captain Dax? You would have to ask someone who's never played the original and never heard of it, never heard the soundtracks or anything, and just played the remakes, and you're like, oh, remember that melody in that location? Can you hum it? Because, like, there's a bunch of new, completely brand new tracks in Final Fantasy VII Remake. I don't remember almost any of them. Almost any of them. The Rebirth, there's one track that I remember from that game. That's not an original remade, like a you know, remix or rearrangement of one of the originals. And it's the Gongaga one. Because that one was a banger. But that's the only one. Everything else, I'm like, nope, absolutely not, you know, no memories of any of them. Anyway, it's a weird thing, right? Memory and music in general is just a very, you know, the way memory works and the emotions with it. Gust of wind, need more momentum. Need to make sure I take a note of that. This one we were able to take. Let's see. Yeah, Chrono Cross has soundtrack too. Mitsuda's really... It's interesting because it was either, you know, back in those days, it was either Uematsu or Mitsuda. Either one of those two were making the soundtrack to the games you love. And I always felt like Mitsuda was better at standout tracks. He had a few more tracks where I was like, man, this one's like really, really fucking amazing. But he also made quite a few tracks in those, like Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, Xenogears, where I'm just like, I don't remember those tracks. Like, they didn't really hit or anything. I feel like Uematsu was more consistently great, but then Mitsuda would have like one or a couple tracks per games that were better than anything, you know, Uematsu ever wrote. But, you know, again, my point, you know, no need to compare them. That's been my thing recently. I'm trying to not compare things. It's just an interesting thought that popped into my head thinking about those memorable tracks. Oh boy, what's going on here? Is it T-Rex coming in? Oh boy. Oh boy, what is that about? The Chapel of the Beast. Okay. I need to. I always get those double taps. Fuck me, that's gonna be a problem. Huh. Is it up here? Interesting. Chapel Roar. Those Chapel Roar puns need to stop. I'm seeing way too many Chapel Roar puns. Needs to stop. Chapel of the Beast. Also, I've literally never heard a single song by that artist. Not one. To me, she falls in that broad category of, you know, Sabrina Carpenter and Taylor Swift and all that. I know they're not doing the same kind of music, but it falls into that same category of stuff I'm not interested in. Am I supposed to build my church without getting a chapel loan? See, we need to go back to timing out puns. That's what happens when you get soft on that shit. You give a little bit of space to people, and that's what the world devolves into. Bring back timeouts? Yeah, I think we should. I think this is the line. We found the line. And we crossed it. Oh, come on. I'm just trying to check if there's something down there. Because if I was a fucking dev, I would totally put something in there. Oh, that was very close. Okay, we're good. Okay. Time me out, I'll wear it as a badge of honor. Alright, Costa, for that chapel loan pun, you are hereby condemned to 1 minute of timeout. 60 seconds. Thank you, $10. She's doing some pretty nice lesbian pop, much less commercialized than Taylor Swift. I don't like the word commercialized. I'm not attacking you in particular. Seems like this happens a lot lately. I don't like the word commercialized. I don't understand what it means. I understood what it meant when I was a teenager. And I was like, oh, this band is selling out, right? Commercial music. It's not real art. I've changed my tune on that, I think, as I grew older. Every fucking you know, band out there is commercial. As soon as you're selling your product, right? But I understand the it means that it's maybe a bit more personal. It's less polished for you know, the larger audience possible, I guess. Which is more authentic. I mean, I don't know. Is there a world? Again, that's not something I listen to. But is there a world where Taylor Swift can both be authentic and also the best-selling artist of our time? I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just wondering, right? Is it possible? Or is that something that's just reserved to Nirvana in 1993? I don't know. Which I'm being ironic there. I don't like Nirvana very much, and I think they were posers, but that's another different story. Initially got popular by being authentic. Yeah, that's what I wonder. Like, does it change at some point, or is she just that popular while still making stuff she strongly feels about? I don't know. Rowan's album was produced by the frontman of a great old indie rock band. He's a great songwriter. Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, I've never listened to any of those things. I think the closest thing to like pop adjacent thing that I've listened in recent years was Ethel Cain, and that's, you know, that's already pretty deep into the sort of like more niche indie stuff, I guess. But it's still pretty popular, I guess. I would still consider that pop music. Which I really like, by the way. Ethel Cain, that one album they made. I don't remember the... What was the name of that album? Preacher's Daughter? Yeah, that was the one. Yeah, that album was a banger. Yeah, I don't know. I need maybe I should give a listen to Chapel Roan. What's an album I should listen to, you guys think? Oh my god, I can't. No. Okay, I'm actually kind of glad I got hit there, because I was like, there's no way I just went through this shit like instantly first try. Not even a moment of hesitation. Kind of went on vibes there. And now I'm out of regen stuff. I'm telling you, if I was there with the diagonal dive kick, it would not be working that easily. I really feel like the diagonal would be much harder there. Whew. No! See, I'm double tapping accidentally and it screws me over. I need to be way more intentional with my presses. I'm gonna have to relearn using a controller. Fuck. Yeah, Captain Max, I love the diagonal actually. I think it opens up so many options for movement. I really like it. Like, you can go really far with it. The only reason why I'm playing this one now is because it's new. I want to try it out for, you know, a good amount of time. And also I love the fast attack speed. The fast attack speed is really the thing that's making me play with this one so far. We'll see how long that lasts. It's like an easy version of... Fair enough, game. Fair enough. I'm all the way back there? Oh, come on. I was gonna say this is this is an easy version of the chimney in Boshi, that one famous chimney where you have to go up and then down. That felt like an easy version of that. But then they had to be trolls and put a fucking trap there. Okay, so I need to hit that bench probably. Da, da, da. I wonder how. Yeah, Bryboot? Yeah, I was initially, I don't know. Kinda makes me want to try it, actually. Ira! It was far away. Took a while. Deep dogs. I wonder how the game save system works. Does it only save at benches, and like if you quit to menu, does it bring you back to your last bench, or does it bring you back to wherever you left? Basically, is it the soul system or is it different? I wonder. It's a flamingo. I could try, but I don't want to try while my silk's out there. I would rather get my silk first and then try. I need to be careful. I need to be really careful. Man, I really... Man, those double presses are gonna screw me over. I need to be way more careful and intentional with my presses. God damn it. It's like fighting fucking 40 years of muscle memory there. Ah, get wrecked. Yeah, Fox. I'd have to look at that at some point. I don't know, there's just so much music I need to already listen to. Can I? Hold on. Nah. It's not getting me any higher. The bounce is not big enough. It would need to be a flying enemy for it to work. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Come here. Oh! I don't have my fucking silk. I'm a little worried right now. I should have gotten my silk first. Yeah, no, you know what? I'll be back. But I do need to grab my silk first. Hey, what's up, Grim? How are you doing today? Okay. And let's do grab that wait, where are we going again? Nope. We're not going all the way up there. That's where we're going. Oh, no, 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 no. Hold on. Let's go sit on a bench first. I am not going all the way back. Oh, that's a bench fucking symbol made with wood. I didn't realize that. I just realized now it was supposed to represent a bench. Makes sense. Come on. Let's try that. Hell yeah. Oh man, I missed having that range. That range is amazing. Oh, come on. Fuck me. Killing and lurking? Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. We're back on the... I already had forgotten that I didn't have the normal down attack anymore. Literally already had forgotten. Oh my god, how many times? Okay. How many times do you think I can get hit by this shit? Let's go. Yeah, Colette. It's been my experience so far too. Wrong button. Okay, gotta do a little cheeky thing first. Okay, never mind. That. Oh my god. It is definitely harder. Oh. There we go. Freaking Beyblade in there. I love how aggressive they are at getting out of those things. This is really cool. I wonder if... I need to test that. I wonder if those attacks actually make more damage than the shorter ones. Or if it's just... if attack speed is that freaking good. Zoop. Slowly. Aw, it's gonna be a boss, isn't it? Okay, hold on. Okay, we do have a pretty... it's a pretty good shortcut now. God damn it. Vren. Alright, well, let's try. Yeah. That looks like a boss. What is it so mad about? Savage Beastfly. Wow, okay. 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 Alright. Yeah, that thing goes hard. Let's see. What's up, Fortent? How are you doing today? Oh my... I swear to God, I am not doing this on purpose. I swear. I'll remember it from now on. Alright, let's see. Okay, that's a good test actually. Let's try something. I'm not ending the stream. I'm just trying something. Okay. It puts you back at the last bench. Fair enough. Seems like a bit of an unfair way to be able to go back to your bench if you're lost. I didn't think of that. Seems a little cheap. Speedrunners use that method to save time. Yeah. Immediately, I'm blaming you, Migo, for that one. I was busy thinking about your message. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Yeah, I not surprised there. Yeah, I would rather not die to this. I should not fight that nerd, actually, but I miss my attack speed. I don't mind the diagonal. The diagonal's fine. I miss my attack speed. I like the fast attacks. Alright, let's see. The damage output of that trap thing seems insane, by the way. Oh. Okay, let me stop attacking and just play defensively for a while. I wanted to try and see the moveset a little bit without worrying about attacking. Going back to this. I do like being protected while I'm healing. I think that's a good... Having a blue sort of slot is great. I do think I would miss my attack speed too much. For now, I do like the attack speed stuff. Haha! I remembered, you nerd! Bye! Did I ruin it? No. I thought about it. I didn't see your message. Alright, this seems like a crazy way to deal damage at first. Like, doing this is feels like crazy. Might as well use that as early in the fight as possible. That feels weird. Am I supposed to go under there? Yeah, see, like when he's like straight in the middle there, I don't know what to do. I think I need to attract him in a certain position so that he... Oh my god, not those! Okay, that's fucked. Those enemies are annoying because they get the spikes every time. Okay, that one's a problem. That boss is going to be a problem. I can immediately tell. Maybe the hardest boss we've faced so far. Yeah, this might be legit be the most difficult boss we've faced so far. Yeah, I think attracting it to a certain level before it... Yeah, this is gonna be hard. I think I need to be on the ground so I can jump over it. Yeah. And now the fucking little fucker's coming in. Yeah, that sucks. And I can't get the damage on because I have the other one to deal with. Okay, this was better though. I'm starting to see what I'm supposed to do. Definitely a harder fight though. This is definitely a harder fight than anything we've faced so far. Ha ha! Good catch. Bye. Bye. I wonder if I had the knife, if I could throw my knives from here and just damage him pre-fight, or if it would trigger the fight. That's an interesting thought. Also, what if I do this? I don't know how much damage that actually counts for. I do have... That's the thing, right? I have some form of manipulation that I can do with where he goes horizontal, right? And I have to be good with that. I have to be good with that, and then I have to do damage when I can, like take those windows. What the fuck is that? Is that a ladybug or is that a baby stink bug? Hold on. What are you? The actual bugs in my room. I'm fighting bugs on both sides of the screen. I don't know what it is. I need to investigate that. Because if it's a ladybug, I don't care. If it's a sting bug, I would rather get rid of it before it becomes big. It's very weird. I don't know. Anyway, okay, seems like we have a big fight on our hands with this beast fly. It's definitely a little a little step up from all the fights I've had so far. I'm excited. I've been waiting for a proper, like, challenging fight that will kill me over and over again. Everything's been a little too easy so far. I'm not saying that as a, you know, to brag or anything, but it feels like everything's been a little too easy so far. I haven't struggled. I want the struggle. It's part of my desired experience when it comes to those games. So struggle we will. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a story for tomorrow. As always, I'm repeating that every day, but as long as DST is out of sync for North America and Europe, I'm gonna end the streams an hour earlier. As soon as Sunday, we'll be back to the normal synchronized schedule because we are joining North American DST on Sunday, so it'll be good from then on. But until then, yeah, we're gonna have to adapt a little bit. Music, please, Jesus. There we go. Are you struggling right now? I mean, I haven't struggled so far. I mean, that boss looks like it's gonna be a struggle, but we're not there yet. You know, I don't consider it a struggle until it takes like 10 plus tries, and I'm actually, like, you know, really getting. Like, I consider it a struggle when I know what I'm supposed to do. I've sort of seen the moveset, and yet I still struggle to execute. When I'm learning the moveset, for me, it's not a struggle. It becomes a struggle when you know the moveset, and it's difficult to execute still, despite that, right? That, for me, is really the struggle point that I'm looking for. I like when I know what I'm supposed to do, I figure out the moveset, I know exactly what I'm supposed to do, but it's still super challenging to execute, right? That, to me, is the sweet spot where boss fights become really fun. I don't mind learning the moveset. I think learning the moveset is super awesome. I love that part. But I like the challenge of being in that place where, you know, you have to have that execution. I think that's fun for me. I don't know, maybe it's my fighting game background or whatever, but I love execution. But you wince every time you see a place that looks like a boss room if you love bosses. I don't know. I'm immersed. I'm scared. You can love something and still be a little bit afraid of it. No? I would wince before, you know. I'm trying to think of an example, but if it doesn't scare you, is it really worth doing? Actually, probably yes, but anyway. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm sorry. Okay, that thing is doing weird shit. I need to address that. Anyway, I will see you back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central European Time, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, for another few days. Join the Discord if you want to, you know, make sure to know when the stream's going live. The Discord's the best way to do so. Follow the channel if you haven't done so yet. Thank you all for hanging out tonight. Thank you for the resubs. I appreciate it very much. I hope you guys are enjoying this playthrough. I know it's sort of moving at a weird pace right now because the streams are a little shorter. Well, you know, hopefully we get back into a normal groove starting Sunday. Yeah, I'm hoping you guys are enjoying this. Me personally, love the game. Excited to see more of it. But yeah, that's about it. I don't know. What day are we today? Monday 23rd. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's about it. I don't have much more to say. I wish you all a beautiful rest of your day, evening, or night. I will see you guys tomorrow. And until then, remember me, and I will remember you.